Welcome back to the Resolution Room, where we turn tension into transformation through clarity, connection, and consistency. I'm your host, Dr. Nashay Lowe, and this is a space where we explore what's really underneath the moments that challenge us and how they can lead to something more honest, more human, and more whole. So let's get into it. Season 1 was about opening the door, defining clarity, exploring conflict, and finding language for leadership and accountability. But Season 2, this is where we live it. Because insight without integration doesn't change anything. This season, we're moving from awareness to application. How we practice what we know, and how we carry what we learn into our teams, our relationships, and our decisions. Segment 1, the moment after clarity. You know that moment right after something clicks, when you suddenly see what needs to change? This usually happens after you've done something like a workshop or some sort of course and have been exposed to new information. That clarity feels powerful in that instant. But right after comes the hard part, implementation. What do you do after you log out of the course and the workshop training ends and you're back to your day-to-day? That's where friction lives, in the space between realization and action. And that's what this season is about. Because conflict transformation, leadership, communication, all of it isn't theory. It's daily work. It's the practice of showing up differently, especially when old habits invite you back. We don't evolve because we learn something new. We evolve because we practice something true. Segment 2. What's ahead this season? The next layer of this work. Season 1 was about starting the conversation, naming the patterns, telling the truth, and getting curious about why we respond to conflict, change, and pressure the way we do. Season 2 is about that next layer, not just understanding conflict, but transforming your relationship to it. Not just naming your triggers, but learning how to move through them. And not just talking about growth, but sustaining it. This season will look at the intersection between clarity and complexity. How to hold on to yourself when the environment keeps shifting. We'll explore what it means to stay emotionally logical, to balance your perspective with shared reality, and to communicate in ways that travel across professional, personal, and relational spaces. And we'll ask harder questions. How do you lead when you're still learning? How do you stay grounded when visibility feels vulnerable? And how do you practice empathy without carrying everyone's weight? These aren't abstract ideas. They're lived experiences. And they're the conversations that I want to have this season, with guests, with leaders, with you. Segment 3, a conversation with yourself. Before we dive into the rest of the season, I want to offer you a question to carry forward. What do you want to resolve within yourself before you try to resolve anything else around you? Because every external conflict mirrors an internal one, between expectation and reality, fear and purpose, ambition and rest. And until we look there first, every quote-unquote solution stays surface level. Season 2 isn't about quick fixes. It's about depth. It's about alignment. It's about creating cultures and lives that feel as good on the inside as they look on the outside. Segment 4, an invitation. So here's my invitation to you. Listen differently this season, not just for ideas, but for patterns. Notice where resistance shows up in your body. Notice what conversations make you want to change the subject, because those are often the ones worth leaning into. And if you hear something that hits home, don't just share the quote. Practice the question. Bring it into your meetings, your home, your next hard conversation, or directly to me. Because resolution isn't a destination. It's a rhythm. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been with me since season 1, thank you for trusting me to keep growing this space with you. This season, we're building something deeper, not just a podcast, but a collective of people committed to leading and living with intention. I'm so excited for everything that this season holds and everything that we're building with the Resolution Room and Low Insights Consulting. And I just can't thank you all enough for being here with me. As always, thank you for joining me in the Resolution Room. If this conversation moved you, challenged you, or gave you something to carry forward, consider supporting the show. You can explore our wearable wisdom collection in our Mind Shop, where each piece is designed to spark reflection and dialogue. You can also join our growing community for behind the scenes conversations, resources, and support of your own journey through tension and transformation. And if you just want to say thank you in a simple way, you can always buy me a coffee. Every gesture helps keep this space going. All the links are in the show notes. And until next time, keep building in the quiet because that's what will carry you forward.